Hi, I'm Shauna Fishhaber, and I'm here for VA Disability Group, and today we'll be discussing the additional Kansas state benefits available to veterans who have a 100% rating with the VA. We'll also cover a few other worthwhile benefits that veterans should be aware of. We understand that navigating all the available options can be overwhelming, and we hope this information will simplify the process and point you in the right direction to take advantage of these benefits. Visit our website where we will have detailed information, links to several helpful sites, as well as links to applications. We will have a link in the description box below. Kansas has 2 state veterans homes. The eligibility will be based on clinical need and the setting availability. Each state does establish its own eligibility and admission criteria for its homes, so we recommend that you talk with a VA social worker near you about eligibility requirements and to create a payment plan. At Kansas State Veterans Homes, admission preferences will be given to wartime veterans who have been honorably discharged. Peacetime veterans, spouses, surviving spouses, and Gold Star parents may be admitted on a space available basis. Kansas has 3 national cemeteries and 5 state cemeteries. National burial benefits include a grave site at any of the VA national cemeteries with available space, opening and closing of the grave, perpetual care, a government headstone marker or medallion, a burial flag, and a presidential memorial certificate at no cost to the family. Kansas state cemeteries accept veterans who received an other than dishonorable discharge for burial. Guards and reservists with at least 20 years of qualifying service or those who die in active duty are also eligible. Dependents are eligible for burial. There will be no fee for veterans or their dependents, and there is no Kansas residency requirement. In Kansas, military retirement pay is not taxed. DIC payments and SBP payments are also tax-free. Military disability retirement pay received as a pension, annuity, or similar allowance for personal injury or sickness that resulted from active service in the U.S. Armed Forces should not be included in taxable income. Some of these tax-free disability benefits include disability compensation and pension payments for disabilities paid to veterans or their families, grants for homes designed for wheelchair living, grants for motor vehicles for veterans who lost their sight or the use of limbs, or benefits under a dependent care assistance program. The Kansas Department of Revenue offers a homestead refund for disabled veterans, surviving spouses, and the surviving spouses of a service member killed in the line of duty. The homestead refund is a rebate program for the property taxes paid by the homeowners. The refund is based on a portion of the property tax paid on a Kansas resident's home. The appraised value of the home cannot exceed $350,000, and the maximum refund is $700. To be eligible for the refund, a veteran must be a Kansas resident, honorably discharged, and have at least 50% service-connected permanent disability. Surviving spouses remain eligible until they remarry. Customers who need help are encouraged to call the Kansas Taxpayer Assistance Center. Documentation should be submitted between January 1st and April 15th each year, so be sure to mark your calendar. Disabled veterans rated at 50% or above with the VA are eligible for a disabled veteran's license plate with no registration fee. There are 2 types of disabled veteran license plates available. Kansas offers a license plate with the International Wheelchair emblem available to disabled veterans that can provide the proper validations. For a disabled veteran who does not meet the criteria of a disabled citizen or who chooses only to meet the qualifications for a disabled veteran, there is a disabled veteran's plate without the International Wheelchair emblem. There's no registration fee for the initial disabled veteran plate at the time of application or renewal. Property tax must still be paid on the vehicle to which the free disabled veteran plate is issued. Additional disabled veteran plates may be issued, however, standard registration fees and property taxes will be charged. Many other distinctive military plates are offered by the state, and we have a full list available on our website. Applications should be presented to your local county treasurer's office. Any veteran with a campaign medal, a service-connected disability, retired as an O3 or below, or the spouse of a 100% disabled veteran can get veterans preference for a state job. Veterans preference guarantees an interview and consideration for the position. A job opening will clearly state that the vacancy is a veterans preference eligible or VPE position. In this case, the hiring agency will provide preference to the qualified individuals throughout their selection process. The posted opening will provide qualifications, performance standards, and the process to be used for selection. Kansas offers a wide variety of educational benefits to resident veterans and their dependents. It is important to note that state education benefits can often be used in conjunction with the national educational benefits, such as the DEA program. If you're interested in learning more about the DEA program, check out our national benefits video. Kansas colleges offer service members and veterans college credit for education, training, and skills acquired while in the military. Post-secondary credit may be available for other military learning based upon institutional review of your Joint Services Transcript, or your DD-214. Check with each institution directly for more information. The tuition at state universities, community colleges, or vocational technical colleges is free for dependents of certain Kansas resident veterans. Eligibility is extended to the child, adopted child, or child in the custody of a Vietnam veteran that dies from a service-connected disability they incurred in Vietnam. Tuition assistance is also provided for former prisoners of war. The veteran must have entered the U.S. Armed Forces from Kansas for their child to be eligible. For more information, students should contact their educational institution's admissions office or the Kansas Board of Regents. The Kansas Military Service Scholarship is available for the payment of tuition and fees at a public Kansas institution for resident veterans that meet the eligibility requirements. The veteran must have served in military service for which they received hostile fire pay for at least 90 days after September 11, 2001. Veterans should also have either an honorable discharge or under honorable conditions, general discharge from military service, or is still in military service. Because financial need is a priority in awarding this scholarship, students will need to file a FAFSA form. Once the school considers a veteran to be a graduate status student, they are no longer eligible for this scholarship. Please also note individuals who are also using Chapter 33 post 9/11 GI Bill benefits or Chapter 31 Veterans Readiness and Employment Benefits should carefully consider how the Kansas Military Service Scholarship may affect those benefits. Students can still receive their Chapter 31 or 33 monthly housing allowance and book stipend. However, we encourage students to talk with their school's military-affiliated centers staff about how to maximize all their entitlements. Scholarship applications should be submitted no later than May 1st. The Kansas Heroes Scholarship Act is a waiver which allows eligible dependents and spouses of certain deceased or disabled military service members to attend a public Kansas post-secondary educational institution without payment of tuition and required fees. The student will be responsible for all other charges associated with the student's academic program. Each eligible dependent or spouse may qualify for tuition and fee waivers for a total of 10 semesters of undergraduate instruction. As you can imagine, the eligibility requirements for this benefit are quite detailed and will be available on our website. All applicants who submit their completed form and required documentation by the deadline and are determined by the Kansas Board of Regents to be eligible for the scholarship will receive the scholarship beginning the semester for which they submitted the application on time. There are deadlines for the fall, spring, and summer semesters. Now, if you're using the Chapter 33 post 9/11 GI benefits, you should consider how the Heroes Scholarship may affect those benefits. And we recommend that you speak with your school's military-affiliated staff about how to maximize all your entitlements. Operation Recognition awards qualifying World War II and Korean War veterans with honorary high school diplomas. All honorably discharged veterans who served in World War II between September 16, 1940 and December 31, 1946, and Korean War veterans who served between June 27, 1950 and January 31, 1955, who did not graduate from high school are eligible. Those who have obtained their diploma but entered service before they could participate in their graduation ceremonies are also encouraged to apply. National Guard members and resident veterans with a VA rating of 30% or greater can get a free hunting and fishing license. The application and accompanying documents should be mailed in, and processing takes about 2 weeks. Keep in mind that annual filing is required. Kansas residents that are 65 years of age and older, or disabled residents that display a state-issued special license plate or placard can buy a special park vehicle permit. This special permit can be purchased directly from the KDWP office or vendor. Another option is to purchase the Kansas State Parks Passport at the regular rate during the vehicle registration process. Veterans can receive free copies of birth certificates, marriage certificates, and death certificates when those documents will be used for VA purposes. Requests for these free documents should be made through the Kansas Commission on Veterans Affairs Office. Thank you for joining me today to discuss the ancillary benefits for disabled Kansas veterans. Make sure to check out the description box below for helpful links and to access other helpful tools on our website.